for FaZe. The util's pretty late here, but they get full control with the Molotov. And the Liege stops anything fast happening in middle. Great grenade down lower. Going through his protocols now while he waits for some support. Simple can move in. And Heroic might just go for an early mid to B dash here. They're all set up behind the doors. Blocked by Frozen. Back to the drawing board.
I mean, this might force them right into the hands of this kind of double-layered pad setup here from FaZe. Liege on the drop down. They've seen that they forced him off the line. But there's a lot of bodies ready to respond to a cat take here for FaZe.
He's looking like a bit of a fake right now. They're going to try to get a player into spawn. A lot of teams like to flash a guy through these smokes into CT. Contact out mid in the meantime. 3A, 2B. FaZe are tunneled in.
And now Linus controls the spawn. He's been able to confirm that hey, not here. They're not going to be able to rotate through CT. That gives his teammates a lot of room on this B play. But right now, the B site's holding its own. Rain and Frozen in the kill feed. Linus springs his trap, but he's left as the last man standing. And it was having his position that was supposed to safeguard the round.
That was brutal for FaZe. I can't believe they get out so cleanly. It didn't... Yeah. Someone call an ambulance. They were like completely locked in. I think the big key is Frozen does a wide swing window. He doesn't give Sunpius that pick with the AWP that it felt like Heroic really needed to open up that B bomb site. Trades were horrible. No one helping out the bomb in the door. And Rain locking in that B bomb site alongside Frozen puts FaZe up to a third, puts Heroic back on pistols. Oh, he's here.
Dude, I mean, Simple's so back. That's all we're learning right now. The vibe's looking electric inside of FaZe.
And this is, remember, like, with everything on the line, this is Heroic who 3-0'd the previous stage. This is the best team of the previous stage. And they've been undeniable this year throughout a myriad of rosters, rumors. Heroic have stood tall. So we still have expectations, but Frozen is delivering headshots in middle. 3 quick kills, send this eco packing.
I mean, look, Frozen said, right, you want to show Simple you're worth his time. That's a quote. And right now he's matching up to him on the board, both of them with just these electric starts for FaZe Clan, 5-0 apiece.
Vibes really do matter though, don't they? You can just already tell. I know we're 4-0, like we're really jumping the gun here, but you know, you may as well have, have it out the holster.
I don't think we are jumping
Have your finger on the trigger, Harry. Turn that off safety. It's 4-0, they've almost won the major at this point. And you know FaZe could, you know deep down, even if you hate them, even if you're a denier, deep down in your heart, you know this team could win the major.
Time to talk, yeah? Time to talk, boys! Time out, huh?
Oh, dude. And like, Carrigan seems in great spirits too. Kind of over the decline of FaZe. One of the weirder things was seeing him get a bit more like emo. You just weren't used to seeing Carrigan like that. So this is the Finn you know and love.
Good util for Heroic, right? They denied an early play. Simple wanted to peek mid. He gets mollied off Cat. Hits his shot anyway. On the boost as well. You're still on that line. And X-File just runs right in. No trade allowed. Mollied off. Great grenade at long, and Frozen might go uncleared. He's going to force the peek. This could go very wrong for Heroic. 1-for-1, AWP out as Heroic tries split this site.
The shot from the Simple AWP. He went back in second time. Decides that 3 is too much. That's because Long's been taken. Instead, he homes in on this long cross. Util getting deployed, but the smoke is not perfect. Not much of a gap.
If they jump it.
How quick is Simple? One man makes it in. That's Tanier with the bomb, so the plant will be found here for Heroic as they look for their first round on this T side. They're not able to outlast the Liege. Tanier, often one of the heavy hitters, someone to keep an eye on. Well, he's going to go huge here. He's lost Youngstar. The wrap in from Rain. And another round racked up for FaZe Clan. Flawless on this CT half. 5 rounds straight to open up Dust 2.
Yeah, it's not just that it's flawless, Harry. These rounds have not been close. The most kills Heroic have found in a round is the pistol, where they got 2. And we remember how that went. At a max of 1 kill in gun rounds.
Communication, man. Holy shit, boys.
Comms are flowing, frags are flooding, and FaZe are winning 5-0.
Look, the promise was, if we had rain, we beat them. And right now, FaZe are living up to their side of the bargain. Heroic too, I guess. So Heroic trying to take the pace out of these rounds. Slowing it right down.
Oh, that's huge.
And there's an opening, something that they haven't been used to getting. Heroic on the smoke spam from X-Cloud, his first kill in the game.
And that will make FaZe over-rotate, right? If they try and fake out this B site with 2 players here, they're coming late out of middle. Simple starting to get here. This fake putting a lot of pressure on right now. Will FaZe panic as the bomb looks to go up catwalk?
FaZe haven't fallen for this, not entirely. Carrigan and Simple stay in over towards A, and now they know they're right in this assumption. Right place, right time for Simple.
See the AWP, you run away.
AWP fires them away, and now they go back in the middle, right into Elijah's den. He's going to get out with one more. Frozen, Feld as well. That's the B site cracked wide open. Going to come down to this, 2v2, FaZe Clan. Moving out through middle, Simple trying to hold the cross, but there's Util here to guarantee safe passage for Heroic. Is Carrigan just going to walk this and go through? Plays on the tap of this bomb, tries to go in early. It falls to Simple in this clutch.
Bomb has been planted.
AK picked up. Simple waits on the extremities. Decides to go late into this. Giving Heroic time for them to think he's saving. They get a little lax. No, they hold their ground. They stay switched on the whole time. You have to when you see it's you versus Simple in that 2v1. You know this guy's going to give it a go.
Nice mid-rounding for Heroic right there. Bail out of the plan twice over. The B fake causes a bit of a ruckus. They see the AWP on catwalk. That is enough to send them back into the B bomb site again. And even though FaZe go 1-for-1, it's not always enough on Dust 2. They got a 2v2 in the post bomb. They get around. It's time for Heroic to go and to build on this first T-side round. FaZe still have a wealth of money after clean rifle rounds. Carrigan calling to take long here for FaZe. It's on the AUG as well. Classic.
Same exact round start for Heroic. This time, though, these players in middle are a little less quiet about it, right? You got the Xbox smoke lobbed in. You heard Linus actually asking for that in the freeze time. So that's going to enable them to take cat control that much earlier in the round. This time it's telegraphed, though.
Ooh, he doesn't know he's full blind. He's burning alive. It's awkward. Linus should be going in first now. He's set up for trades. Simple. He's got to watch out. That flashes an info flash. They won't fire off it. They won't reveal how many numbers around this corner. As they set up smokes, Heroic are ready to go.
Simple underhands his smoke out around at the car, gives himself a little bit more room to work with. The AWP strikes early in this exec, and Heroic already lacking the manpower. Simple still raring to go. Managed to cross players into the site, but they need to use all this util, burn everything just to get this bomb planted, try and tee themselves up for a 3-on-5. Long is off limits. Simple and Karrigan own this with 2 scoped weapons, so you're not fighting for that control anytime soon. Karrigan's in the kill feed now. They know about him as well. But the numbers start to dwindle here for Heroic. A lot of time ticked off this bomb, sure, but they've got to buy even more of it because FaZe are coming, and they're coming in with a vengeance. Rain opens, it's just some pious, and he is boxed in. Can't find a thing. FaZe get out with 4 players standing and a successful retake there in towards the A site. Frustration for Heroic.
Oh, it's got to feel really good for FaZe to be able to win those rounds as clean as that. I thought... Okay, I thought that was going to be a bit of a problem with Elige going early before his team getting picked and giving Heroic a 3-on-4 in the post spot. They felt almost favored, but like you said, they had no position, no control, no long, no cats. And FaZe are slowly closing the net. Clean retake again from FaZe, 6-1 up, and Heroic money issues plaguing them. 2 rifles, 3 pistols. Bpop just feels like one of your only options in a round like this, and they've been getting allowed to take the A site, but not allowed to hold it. Into B to keep the attention, but it's all about this smoke push.
Yeah, Frozen makes it out towards the back of Plat and is able to just trap them in the mouth of the tunnel. They get past him, sure, but there's still Rain to worry about. Linus dead in middle on this lurk. They make it past Rain, but Elige looks like he wants to play through early. Burns down a half. Plant can still be found here for Heroic.
Karrigan's a while away, they got to wait for him.
But he's coming in on a big old backstab, and he gets to do so quietly. Simple gonna link up with Karrigan back in the tunnels. Are you ready for 2 players coming from this position? X-Cloud steals himself away, swings out now. Simple gonna catch him on that jiggle. It's just some pious, 2 kills to his name already. Needs the ace clutch, and he can't get past the Simple AWP. Karrigan is hyped up, and justifiably so. FaZe just can't seem to set a foot wrong.
Yeah, they've planted their feet in Austin, and they are looking good right now. Every player finding really clean kills, holding their positions well, and even Simple just looks more comfortable with more prac time, with some officials under his belt. Sleep paralysis demon of Youngstar tonight. 7-1, desperate times for Heroic. Are they going to amp up the ante on long? Late smoke on the Molotov. They go sending. Karrigan's going to have to come through this smoke, but they are full blind, and they are already dead. Simple as that. With a flash and 2 players and a smoke spam to boot. You just can't get in this game.
They're so bad.
Call it now.
It's the first time in a while, you know, like you're watching one of the FaZe games and it's really hitting like one, right? They're getting away with strokes of genius and strokes of luck. Some pious in the kill feed. Gonna try and get out in towards this B site. An awkward accidental jump for Youngstar, and some pious dead.
Hey guys, you know what this round is called? Anti-long pop. What did you guys do? Long pop. Come on. Step up the game. I really need to talk to them, so take a time out, I think, though. Let's go, boys.
Oh my God.
Oh,
how can you
that
not
got a laugh
it?
out of the whole squad too. Like not even they can believe.
Taking them to school. Oh, the jump. You have to laugh that off. At least Tanir's in good spirit.
Oh, they're so back.
Wow.
My biggest regret was putting FaZe not 3-0.
Yeah, feeling that 8-1 right now. Dink online, it's not the nade, not the nade. He'll be fine. But Heroic, nothing's coming for free right now. Nothing is guaranteed except Tanir out long, looking for something. It's about time. Tanir double up, and as quick as you like it, we're into a 2v2.
Oh, but dude, Karrigan. I mean, look, he's been screaming at them all game long. 2 kills to his name in this round, 2 potentially round-defining ones at that. He's kept things even, and he's even looking for more. Carrigan plays through this smoke on the long side, and as Pius moves in to plant this bomb, he's anything but safe. Can xCloud provide the cover? No, he can't. Carrigan goes from calling the shots to being the one taking them. It's just xCloud here. 1 versus 2, and he's been spotted. That is maddening. He gets up on his feet. xCloud with a stellar 1v2 clutch.
Lizard Brain right there didn't even have time to react. He flicks them both. Unbelievable headshots for xCloud. And that is a slice of reality for FaZe, who played everything otherwise well.
Yeah, look, he broke his headphones. It's getting up too quick.
That was unbelievable, like.
Nice. Quick fix. That was wild.
Great
Like,
shoot.
you weren't ready for that. He pieced together so quickly what was about to happen. The stand up, delete the long player, flick back. Both of them had to be instant headshots. He was 1 shot from death himself the entire time.
Dude, yeah. Oh. Okay, Heroic. Gotta channel that. Gotta use that right now. Are they gonna go for the full B rush after winning a gun round? Try and catch FaZe sleeping, perhaps. There's no one in the B bomb site right now. Rain's watching from across. But the smokes are being lined up. He's about to be locked out. Are we looking at a 5v5B retake? Not every day you see this, and it won't be. 5v4, 5v3. Rain cuts him down.
I mean, that just helped FaZe Clan out so much, right? They were set up to play retake B. Rain has thinned the herd before it's even gotten to that point. And that might force a bit of aggression out of Heroic. Desperate times calling for desperate measures. xCloud falls in the window. And it's just Tania and Pius, 2 versus 5. FaZe are closing this net around the B site right now. Flashes in, Pius dead, Tania 1v5, and they've got him in a box. That is a crisp, clean retake, and a quick return to form from FaZe Clan after getting 1v2'd in the round prior.
Yeah, an experienced play for Rain, right? He sees he plays outside the B bomb site, sees the smokes coming in, and what do Heroic do? They push before the smokes are bloomed. He gets 2 kills for free while they're crossing. They're not even ready for fights from that position. Heroic don't wait for their util to bloom, and FaZe take another flawless round. Couple of moments in this game for Heroic, but every round they lose just feels dominant. 3rd timeout in the first half.
I mean, I don't want to say it, but Simple up towards top of the board for the side of FaZe. Whole team looking good around him. Youngstar on the other side for Heroic, 1-11. Hasn't really got going in this game. Simple started waging the mental warfare versus this team weeks ago. He's getting aggressive, plays ahead of the short molly. They have no idea he can be on this timing.
He loves to do this.
Very aggressive. Simple finds one. Don't even know how. Pius dead. Spammed out by the Simple orb, and even more aggression. Simple pistol whips xCloud out of the round.
See ya. Would not want to be a Heroic, because this one's going to end sour. 4-on-1 for Tania, and no breaking through this indomitable FaZe right now on Dust 2. A BO1 that FaZe are looking to make quick work of, and so they will. 10-2 on the half. Welcome back to Counter-Strike Simple.
One of the best to ever do it once said, behind every joke is a grain of truth, and that joke was that with Rain in the squad, they would beat up on these bots. That was simple. It's more than a grain, Hugo. He's got the whole farm right now. He is looking right in his assessment. 10-2 in this grudge match opening. FaZe are leaps and bounds ahead of Heroic. Same squad that just went 3-0 through stage 1, now getting bullied in their debut match at stage 2.
Yeah, it's great to watch FaZe play this way, to be able to reactivate in a major. We'll have to see if this can keep up, not just in the second half, but the rest of the stage as well. It's certainly a good sign for a debut. No slow starts for FaZe. Fast out middle, up to the catwalk. Behind the Molotov sits xCloud, and he gets himself a kill. Burns out ultimately. 4v4, out long late for FaZe. Linus is here, and he's got nowhere to go. He's got to fight, and Simple will meet him there. FaZe starting to scale, and Pius alone.
Oh, he's heard Elige. Knows he's found this little gap to get past him. Gonna try and spam him out, though.
Thanks, says Elige. You just given me the sight.
So now FaZe move in. They get to do so virtually uncontested. Just down to 3 on this retake. Heroic moving in, everyone up through the catwalk, and FaZe get this info now. Just gonna peek and swing together. Elige gets rid of the first man. Youngstar dinked up, brought down super low. That's a crazy shot from Tanir, but he's gonna need a couple more. Oh my God, he does have it in him. All 3 for Tanir. Nails them all.
You gotta say something back, because that's unlosable. That's unforgivable. That is never supposed to be Heroic's round. 2v4 in the final seconds.
He also ripped his headphones out, but the stressful part is, he was trying to defuse the whole time. Yeah. He's like,
yeah, don't let go of defuse, man.
That would have, yeah. But don't worry, it's fine. He didn't. He's a professional.
Yeah, well, we've seen that happen before, but that's okay. That's just added a layer of spice into this game when you felt like FaZe had already won it. Did I just hear bots?
Yeah, you did. They did just call them bots.
Yeah, well.
Now, it's an interesting move to say that. 3-10 down, but let's...
You know, buy in early, man.
Buy in early.
You gotta believe.
Let's see.
Oh, Orpin second round, making a statement. No helmet either. Pius still finds Simple. That's such a cocky buy from Heroic.
I mean, this second half is a real potential to get super fun. I think that FaZe Clan, you know, bringing their A game, and this one feeling a little personal. It's going to make for some scrappy rounds, you can imagine. Especially now that Heroic actually finds something in this second half. I'm glad it's not a blowout. I want this game to go on just a little bit longer.
Yes, I'm with you there. I respect Tanir so much for the 4K defuse, give Pius the AWP in round 2. That's just unbelievable cool. Up Cat now for FaZe. Rain late at long, but there's no way he should make it out. Maybe a Deagle can connect to the head of xCloud. Ooh, getting scary, but Frozen hits it. Long lost. A plant.
Okay,
great.
2 of them are really low on health. Frozen should have a bomb plant at a guarantee here, but he's decided to delay for a moment. And that has allowed Heroic to close the distance somewhat. But right now, there's only HP on Youngstar. He's got 1 kill to his name. Frozen! Oh! And a collateral! Oh, God! Not like this! Frozen! Ice cold! And FaZe are back on their bullshit in Austin! That is wild!
Never seen anything like this game. The aura, the highlights, the clutches, and the BS, as you say. Everyone's taking part here for FaZe. Full eco win.
A collateral Deagle to do it.
You called it as well. You said no one's got health, and that's how he wins the round. Youngstar 1-14.
1-14. He loses the 1v1. Oh man, the humanity.
This is unbelievable, dude. FaZe highlight reel. And you've given the second round AWP over
Yeah,
to make matters worse. Rolling back the years with that one. Simple wants to go in stat pad.
Frozen wanted to impress Simple. He's done that now. That clutch just put FaZe back to their winning ways, put Frozen firmly in first place. And he's even here to get the trade for Simple over on Long, keeping this round safe as he does so.
And Heroic, no matter what they want to do, no matter what they want to say, this game might just die on the second round of the half. Unless you have a highlight to rival that of Frozen. There's no getting out of here alive. X-Filed even getting shot at through the box, hits his headshot. They're coming up long. Maybe there's a chance, but Rain splits him from short side and FaZe just sweep it under the fridge. My AWP, my IGL.
Oh, it's just such a good watch. And that always used to be the case with FaZe, right? At bare minimum, they were the most entertaining team.
I'm entertained.
Yeah, it's give me this FaZe and give me it for the rest of the major. FaZe Clan and the runaway success to open in stage 2.
20-5 for Frozen, 15-5 for Simple as he finds another shot on a jiggle out.
The shots he's hitting as well have been really, really clean.
Yeah, these aren't the 3 AM Face It demos I've been seeing from Simple. This is a different beast. This is a guy who has something to prove. A fire lit under him, thanks to Heroic. And he is doing good on his smack talk right now. Give him the fights. He'll take them. The whole round is just two guys peeking each other in middle. No one's doing anything. Finally, FaZe say enough's enough. Going for this B play to finish Heroic off.
And I mean, you know, this is a FaZe Clan who have been in both the major finals in CS2. One of them coming at a time where it really did come out of left field. That wasn't FaZe in their prime, at their best. And now this squad, after disappointment in Dallas in the debut was Simple, but with Skulls in to replace Rain, you weren't confident that they were going to come through swinging. But my God, if this is the form we're getting, who knows where the limit lies for FaZe Clan. Pius, I think he knows this one's over, but AK picked up. He's going to embark on the 1v3 out towards the tunnels. Well, he had Simple, his 17th kill of the game. He's scoped up on this line, and the AWP nails the shot. FaZe Clan run away with the victory, and they let Heroic know about it.
Yeah, Heroic may work hard, but FaZe Clan play harder, and they talk trash every step of the way. A dominant victory for FaZe as they debut in Austin. 13-3 is a sign of what's to come for the rest of this week.
Yeah, the aura undeniable. And for Heroic, a beating they won't soon forget. Smiles all round at the end of this one. Young Star first on the dap-ups. He was the guy getting bullied. He was the one at the kind of center of this bots beef between FaZe and Heroic. And boy, did they make him look like one.
Yeah, a clash of royalty between Simple and Youngstar, and Simple's definitely the king after that one. A very reassuring look, not just from him as an individual, but FaZe across the board. Vibes, fantastic. Frozen in high spirits, playing excellent, and some clutches in there just to remind you exactly the type of FaZe that we've got on our screens. Man, I'm excited for this week. I'm excited for the rest of the day, and FaZe adding aura to Counter-Strike once again.
An incredible start here for FaZe and for Carrigan, and woo, 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 woo.
Yeah, woo.
The whole time we started this from the beginning again. You seem more energetic and louder than normal, mate.
Yeah, normally the tension's not high in first match for me of a tournament, but when I saw Heroic, I had to look through some interviews and look through some statistics. I'm like, okay, these guys really want to beat us.
Yeah.
Normally people don't talk to me after a game. I'm fine with shouting between games, but last time Exploit was shouting at me after game, so I was like, all right, now we have only one stand-in, so that's kind of embarrassment losing to a stand-in.
And for you guys, I've got to ask, do you feel like you were gifted something here with the Dust 2 coming in? Because I didn't think they were going to give you that.
No, for some reason I think they feed our newbies. I mean, I don't want to talk too much about map pool, right? This is the first time I play official with Simple and Dust 2. And he did a great job, and I think at least controlling the seed side really good. And we're reading them what was expected in some few rounds. So overall, I think this is a great start to the tournament.
It definitely was a great start to the tournament. How good are you feeling coming into this stage of the major, though, and just off the back of that boot camp? How much of a different phase should we expect right now?
I think it's hard to say, right? This is a good start to the tournament. The first day of a major is really important. We have a long stage ahead of us, and then hopefully a stage 3 as well, right? But all, I think we sacrifice a lot doing the boot camp, being here for like 12 days. Rain just had his kid, and he's away for 12 days right off the bat, right? So we're all here to do what we can, and often at the last 3 majors, we've always been counted out. So I'm just happy people count us out again.
Well, I don't think they'll do it after this one. A great start here for FaZe.
Yeah, a lovely start here from FaZe, and obviously a nice build-up on this little tweet as Simple stepped in as the stand-in. All-in move from Kerrigan. We are going for the trophy at the major, even if Sasha's only a stand-in. I know we can win. I mean, after that display, it's kind of hard to mess with it.
They did just beat the 3-0 from stage 1, and they did it without breaking a single sweat. That was pure dominance all the way through. You could point to every single player on FaZe. They had a moment, and if they didn't really have a moment, they were yelling across the room and creating a moment.
I was going to say, the nice thing is they had a united enemy on the other side that everyone really wanted to be. Everyone on the team took that personally.
You fire up a FaZe clan like this, and this is what you're going to get.
But if that's the attitude and the energy they're going to have in all their games throughout this stage, I mean, I struggle to think of who's going to beat them. Simple, you're supposed to be rusty, bro. Take your time.
These are face-it numbers, man. This is pug numbers. This is not supposed to be what you get in a major.
Yeah, he came in sharp, he came in crispy, and well, I know you already said he's back, but Jason, you're a little bit more convinced?
Yeah, I mean, this is better. It looked better than I would have expected.
I need a bigger sample size. I need a bigger sample size. He's back, Jason. He's back.
You've never heard me say the word sample size in my life. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Let's see how this continues to go on. But certainly in this game, highly motivated across the board. And look, whatever I think of whether Simple is going to make it back full time or not, the game is better when he's playing like this. The game is better when he's creating energy like this in these matches, and he's going in interviews and saying, "We're going to beat these bots." Like, it's better with him at this level.
The thing is, keeping this level is going to be one thing. I wonder how much of it's going to be down to the motivation within this match or the motivation for the major. That's what I want to look at.
If everybody just keeps making enemies of Simple, he will win the major, okay? I want Vitality to talk trash to him. The problem is that Zywoo is such a great counter for him because he's never going to talk trash.
Yeah, but Apex, bro. Apex always body blocks Zywoo, right? He steps in. Apex might get some smack talk in there for his boy.
And Kerrigan, oh my, he was enjoying this from start to finish.
I've never seen Kerrigan direct shit talk this much.
Yeah.
This much in his entire career. I've never seen him like straight up calling out people on the other team in this fashion round after round after round.
And I'm going to be real. This got into Heroic's head, okay?
Oh,
the
yeah.
Heroic that we saw in the first stage would not have played like this. If there were blinders between these two teams, if this was online, this Heroic could have won this matchup, but they looked like they were fish out of water, man. They had no chance. Look at Youngster, the guy that was in the beef is 1-16. Like, he was completely shook through this one.
That's a crappy handshake for him to have to give, and I think everyone from FaZe particularly enjoyed shaking his hand after this. They took great pleasure out of that one. Yo, but like also at some level, I mean, they got absolutely destroyed. But there's a couple of situations there where you're just like the frozen clutch. Like, come on, man, what, everything's going to go right for you guys? Like, you're just going to get everything going your way?
I know. It's pure content, man.
Yeah,
It's
it really
just,
is.
Everything's just a highlight. Every third round was probably a groundbreaking highlight. The opening 3K from Simple, the clutch from Frozen. I mean, honestly, like, Elige had a nice spray transfer too at one point. I mean, just rack it up, rack it up.
Do you think it's just for Heroic, though, looking at this right there, it's going to be coming down to, this is just one game against FaZe, the rest of the games you're not too worried about them?
The question is, did FaZe beat them so bad that they get knocked off kilter for their second game?
Oh,
like, you know, you just start your day with a beatdown like this? Is that gonna, how long is that going to persist? How long are you going to stay a little bit depressed and sad about that kind of a loss? How long are you going to be angry about the way you got beat?
Well, you need to get through it, you need to get over it, but we need to get over the rest of this day. There's plenty more games coming your way, so stay tuned. Flamish, you've had 6 months now on VP. It's the first major with the team. Your first major with Game Legion, though, in Shanghai was an impressive one. How are you feeling this time around, coming here in Austin?
I mean, I'm feeling great. I love the city. I love the atmosphere. Can't wait to play.
In terms of not being able to wait to play, the last few events the VP have had, it's not been pretty. It's not been looking like the potential that we saw from VP at the beginning of the year. So what have you guys tried to do to fix that?
I mean, we've been just working on our problems. Nothing much I can like spot different, and we just need to play our game, and everything's gonna be great. So, I mean, I just can't wait to play, and then we're gonna see.
Obviously, Finn now has had like one event with you guys, you know, new coach coming and changing. Did he want to adapt some things, change some things coming into the major?
Yeah, I mean, we've changed some things. Some things we kept. I mean, nothing. I cannot say like we made some insane changes. No, I mean we're just been just fixing our old problems and our existing problems, and yeah.
So should we expect a different, more fight from VP here, or should we expect more of the same where you guys haven't been doing so well? Tell me.
I mean, of course, you have to expect fight from us. I mean, we want to like go as far as we can on this tournament and show what we are ready. I mean, I just want to show that we are very good as a team, and we want to show the best our result as it can possibly be.
Now you're going up against OG for this opening game. What did you make of them when preparing for them? What did you look at? What did you notice that might be able to help give you an edge in this game?
No, I mean, I don't know. I cannot spot something. No, I mean they're just a team that we, if we want to like win a game, we need to win. I don't know. I don't know like what to say, to be honest. I mean, their team, we are team. We need to play against them.
Krizen, you only lost to Bait in stage one, and you were looking very comfortable against the rest of the teams you faced. How would you describe the team's performance so far here in Austin?
I mean, I think we've been doing really good. I think we're very confident coming into all games right now. I feel we've showed a very good form, and yeah, I think it's nice, and it brings a lot of confidence for us going into stage 2.
How much of a tougher test do you feel VP are compared to the teams you faced in stage 1?
I mean, of course, it's like a step up on paper. I think for us mentally, where it's as much of the same sort of game, you know, as it would be in a stage 1. I think for us, we know VP can do really good, but we also know they're very beatable at times. So, yeah, I think we'll just come and be full swinging, you know, into the game, do as we usually do, and yeah, just do our best.
Does it feel any different to you in terms of the pressure? Does it feel more intense here now?
No, I wouldn't say so. I think actually a lot of the pressure got taken away from us. I think our initial goal, of course, was to come to stage 2. I think we want to go far, of course, and we know for us the sky's the limit. But the competition here is really good. So yeah, we're just gonna have to take it game by game. And I mean, I don't see a reason why we couldn't go all the way.
In Texas, and damn, you know, the games are already delivering. Hugo, things are already looking good with FaZe running away with that opening one, but now we get ready for VP versus OG. And this is an OG squad who did impress us on their run through stage 1.
Yeah, it wasn't just the fact that they came through 3-1 when a lot of people were underestimating them. It's how good they looked in the server, right? Individually, Nico Dawes breaking records in the first game of the major, but aside from him, there was actually some depth to this team that I wasn't expecting. Spooky looking like a really strong rifler, Krizen calling super actively, and this team screaming down their opponents in so many different games. So I like that interview for Krizen. It's, you know, realistic as well. It's the sky's the limit, but let's also be real. There's some really good teams in stage 2, and yeah, well, OG, are they going up against one? I can't say for sure. VP have had some serious waning form for a long time now, but this is what Maui said in the green room coming into this game. He said, as soon as you're ready to count VP out, that's when they just go on a run and they just win something, or they make a deep playoff appearance. And you're like, oh, okay, I guess they're back. Is that the VP we're going to get at the major? No signs, no reasons to believe it, but that's the VP we know and hate.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we just saw them very recently kind of fail to find success from like a 2-0 position in Kazakhstan for PGL Astana. They fell down there, right? One game short of the playoffs, and that was from a good spot. So had some problems in the Swiss system. Have VP. Let's see if this major is going to be a repeat of that, or if they come in fighting form.
Yeah, this has often been a team in the last few years, we've said, where a lot of CIS rifles, strong, upcoming young rifles have gone and kind of lost their way, kind of died in the midst. So, when we saw Flammers appear at the Shanghai Major, make such a incredible debut to Tier 1, and then get picked up by this team, we hoped he would get better, he would improve, but I think he's also been struggling to find his place inside of VP. I never know what to expect from a VP game. I know they can win any match, definitely a match like this where they're favorites, but OG are going to have fire in their belly. They've got a reason to compete today. They came through really, really well in that previous stage, so I think OG are the team I'm looking out for today at least.
I mean, OG even as a squad, like very, very conscious as well in the big picture of how this affects things like VRS and whatnot, right? So all the wins are that much more impactful to OG if they're able to get away from them, because they are one of these squads that have, slipped on down the rankings and never went on to recover, right?
I think BO1 on Inferno is a very difficult place to meet VP here, especially considering we saw OG lose this in the one time they played against Bait. Maps like Ancient were far more their cup of tea. So, not an easy game by any means. VP will grind you down. That much we know.
It's a quad A setup for VP. And this is a pistol round. They do like to run on Inferno, right? Leaving Flit alone. Not uncommon to see him kind of playing the pixel angle at that B site, but instead, we're going to get the action over here out into middle. Electronic farms the first two that come his way, and here's the help. Fame doubles up on the apartments. This pistol round decisively looking to go VP's way. Just Spooky left up in this one. And a 1v4 rolled out ahead of him. All four players occupying this A site. And so if he does try and follow through, he's got to scrap every step of the way. Electronics even flanking him here, being very active in the approach. Missed chance at the backstab.
He's going nowhere fast though. Good round for Electronic. 3 from him, 2 from Fame. Clean shots, put VP on a pistol. And high energy coming in as well. And VP's debut game here in Austin.
I mean, we got to see Electronic and Fame yesterday in our media day, Hugo. They seemed in very good spirits, which is nice. Certainly seen this team rock up to events before feeling a little
sour.
Yeah.
True.
It's like not everything's right, but yesterday they seemed very, very happy. Maybe too happy.
What have they got up their sleeve, Harry?
Yeah, it makes me nervous.
I do think Inferno is like the worst place to meet VP in this opening game. I think OG are going to be playing pretty slow here as a result. Maybe they don't have their same wild energy, you know, that they do on maps like Nuke and Ancient, where they are playing very fast CS and just going for site rushes. I think it's a lot harder to get away with it here on Inferno. Again, solo B, good luck, Fame. You've got no support, you've got to play retake. So Forcebite gets OG in, and considering VP have no kills, it's going to be a very hard post-plant to break into, even with the advantages. Need this smoke span to connect something to give VP a shot. OG have the trades available.
Flash through, and they play through this smoke in at CT. They're going to deal with the first couple, but they did cross paths with Crizzen. He now plays through into the back line. Gets away with a lot of damage. Fiku in this clutch. Spam will connect, but he can't get them off that bomb. And so VP, a successful retake here for that conversion in the second round. Damn, VP. You got Flammers getting up on his feet now.
Got something to say. Nice retake, very hard round to win, to be perfectly honest. Comms have panicked. And actually... and they buy again. OG want to keep the times rolling. Are they good? Are they bad? Who knows, but they're here. Mac 10s, 1 AK, Fiku trying to force the opener. Oh, he's that smoke. Stalled out. It's going to be a bit of this.
You really don't have a lot of options here if you're OG. Have enough util to cobble together a site hit. But there's a few things that could make you nervous in this round. They've got to do a bit more to try and get some of this util out of VP. And they'll be doing that now over here towards this B site, forcing some of these smokes and mollies to get burnt through. Looking like it's going to end up in this A plate. Flammer still has nades to work with here.
Yeah, 20 seconds. You get a molly down, you're going to really roast this round. There it is.
Here's
That's
the
big
tag.
info.
Yeah, you do a hell of a lot with that. Now you know about the presence of this player in the apartments. He tries to focus up on the short side. It falls to Icy to reel them in. 8 seconds here. You've got to get past Electronic, and the captain just isn't going down with his ship. Electronic finds second life for VP there and stops that site hit in its tracks.
Sick sequence from Electronic, right? Some classic Electronic plays. A player who's obviously waned in form since becoming an in-game leader. Well, that's a great highlight there at the perfect time to keep VP in full control of this game. The back-to-back force buys put down by Electronic. Slick movement behind the site. And OG game plan has kind of gone astray early in this map. They've got to take an eco now.
I mean, look, we just watched Simple roll back the years and look lights out. Electronic is now doing the same. 7-0 to open up this game. And a couple of high impact moments from VP's captain. I mean, that's always been kind of one of the back burner comments around this VP squad is, you know, you kind of knew what Electronic was capable of in former squads. Thinking back mainly, what do you think about Electronic and just how good he was to his time on that Na'Vi squad?
Okay, yeah, it worked. He got out as well. Flit just pushes ahead of that banana smoke. And so they think they heard early, 5v4. And we heard Krisen calling something towards B with some kind of pop, but now OG are having to mid-round. They don't like what they see. Third rotation coming over to that B bomb site for VP. So the time is now. If OG want to go for this. VP are regaining that banana control as we speak. OG are going to have to hurry up.
They're going to come through this. It's the only option they've got, and they get past Flammus. Icy on this SMG, just battling to stay alive, buy as much time as possible. And he's teed up VP in a 3-on-2. That plant will come in now for OG. Fiku plugging in the numbers. For the time being, Krisen plays behind that smoke down at Moto. That has iced him out of helping Fiku in the long run. And with both players kind of coming in through the apartments and short, Krisen only has 1 kill to find here, and he's not able to get it. Electronic, the captains clash, and he comes out ahead.
Yeah, Electronic must have heard him there, or if not, that's a crazy read to know that Krisen was playing up close behind that library, especially when he gets re-smoked to think he's still there. And Krisen was really trying to find that kill fast. Electronic did not give it over, let his team come out with the retake instead. 4-0 lead, and these are really clean rounds for VP. They are dealing with some hectic situations very calmly. And now it's finally OG's first real buy with everything to talk about. accept the AWP. But we know that's not really going to appear in this T side. So OG, can they land back on their feet? Slightly delayed by these force buys. That's good pathing. It's into the orb. Fires early, 3B. Good cover. And Icy's got the angle back.
Yeah, you at least got info here, right? You've spotted 3 players B now. Spooky saw the 2 site guys with rifles, and they've heard that all fire off from CT.
At this point, you're probably thinking he would leave, right? He's fired off the orb, so why would he hang around? And Icy is that 3rd piece that's considering it. And so if OG just go for the execute, they're going to run into quite a hold here. Boost is a problem. Could see them smoke it off from this position, but Icy's going to get one more shot before all is said and done. Ooh.
VP have done such a good job of holding onto their util as well. Every one of these site hits for OG feels like it's having to go down through a smoke, through mollies, and now into these crossfires. They'll get chewed up. Icy Zorp with an important miss here has allowed them to close the distance, but he makes up for it. 2nd time's the charm. It's all coming together beautifully right now for Virtus Pro.
Yeah, famous rock as well. Very reliable back sight, doing a lot of damage, picking up the kills that Flit and Icy are tagging, and even smoke spamming for the final one. It's a really nice round again for VP. I'm loving what I'm seeing, and I am questioning why you'd want to go to Inferno in a BO1, especially considering what happened in the last stage for OG. Looks pretty uninspired. The same is happening here against a very experienced team on this map. And yeah, we don't get the OG that we've been seeing in stage 1, like very fast CS, very reactive CS. It's not the map that allows you to do that.
I think, you know, there was always, just with the kind of nature of how this OG team is built, it is a bunch of, you know, young players, and sure, there are some more experienced pieces in there, but you don't have, you know, like anyone on the same type of level as like an Electronic in these teams. I mean, pound for pound, VP beat them on experience across the board. You know, even their kind of most grizzled player in like a Nikados has had surprising success at majors, sure, but
yeah, just surprising because of how many different teams and different majors he was at.
But you know, always an underdog in them.
Yes. Doesn't change here. 5v4, 2 guns available. And the orb smoked off as well. Icy's going to try and keep the pressure on, break it. He's taking his time though, they are already out middle. He's playing with them, doesn't want to commit to that peak. Trusts in his site players to hold down, and Flamus is pushing in to force a kill. There are knives out round this corner. They better be ready. Oh dear, bit of a catch. Covered by his teammate though, Electronic makes it even. 10-0.
Yeah, this might be his first death though, or he just goes flawless on the push out through short. It's a lot of damage from Electronic as he falls for the first time in Inferno. 11-1 right now on the captain. And with a 3K from him in this round, VP are hoping that's enough. It's going to come down to Fame and Icy. Spooky's tagged up, but still makes quick work of that first player out through the short side. Is this OG finding their first round? Icy moving in, and the AWPers will clash. Nikados on the rifle. And Icy has the read, locks him out of it. A 1v2 to keep the scoreline flawless as VP's orb sings.
Very smart clutch for Icy as well. Really takes his time with that one. Never reveals his position. Spooky's out on an island, open to him. And he knows if I'm going to win this, it has to be by clearing back sight. If he's anywhere else, I'm just going to lose. So he hard focuses on the corner and he flushes the last out. This is the happiest I've ever seen, VP. And for good reason, 6-0 here. OG with nothing to show for this game. Nikados yet to get a kill.
It's great to see Flamus with this infectious energy, right? Like, that was what he brought to previous rosters whenever you...
Oh, Nika does. Yeah, he was doing the same kind of thing back at Shanghai with Gamer Legion, right? He was getting really loud.
And, you know, even at that tournament, I remember an interview he gave where he said, like, I'm used to coming from kind of, you know, Russian-speaking squads, and usually it's a lot louder, it's a lot more hype and stuff like that. You know, change it into English-speaking, it's more calm, it's more level-headed. Well, then he joined this VP's team, and I was thinking, well, I don't know if this is the team to be yelling happily and excitedly. But if he's able to bring that energy to the squad, damn, that's exciting. It feels like it's rubbing off on the rest of them.
Definitely. There's been a lot of reasons to be cheering here in this game, and an IC 1v2 gets the young guy activated as well. 5-on-3 here. He's seen the barrel. Flit doesn't want to overdo it. VP don't need to. They're comfortable. They've been winning from disadvantage, so... Oh, dear. This should be just fine. Fame ready to swing on Flit. Are they going to flash this corner? They just dry peek it. OG on the washing line right now. 2-on-4. Block is ready. You're not getting in for free. Look at how many rounds. VP at 20 seconds here for 2 smokes and 2 mollies going down. You got to save. Some great util being held by VP until the final moments. OG are deep in the hole.
Counter-terrorists win.
No, where there isn't, you know, really a weak link for VP. This isn't a war of stars. Nika does. The Phantom Menace, he's gone missing in this game. He started off this major run with a record setting 3.08 rating. But in stage 2, he is yet to land. Barely even done damage in this game so far.
VP's protocols just too clean. Their patience unrivaled. And they've had a good bit of opening fire in this game as well. They've pushed a player down mid. They've had the short boost. They've taken some banana fights. It's not like VP have just been hiding.
Just a minute ago as well, when we were talking about like the kind of inexperience on OG, at least in dealing with like these really high pressure situations. And we said their one other experienced piece is Nikadoz.
Yeah.
Well, he's got his own problems to worry about right now. You know, I don't think he can focus on uplifting the rest of the team. 0-7 from the hybrid star on OG. Hasn't been able to find success with the rifles. Maybe there comes a time for him to try and look for that AWP.
This is VP saying, all right, let's see what you've got now. We're going to play a really safe round, playing on the extremities, leaning 4A late in the round as well, and not fighting really any deep positions on the map. So OG get the chance to run and execute, to play their game. And they have avoided the stack. It's only 3A for now. So can OG finally break through with some key trades?
I see Zork gets forced off the line out of this util. He's put in a rough position and will get overran. Flamus tries to hold it down, but they break through. Good timing on the wrap. Flit and Fame left to the extremities here in a 2-on-4. They need to reclaim something. Maybe they would have looked to give this a go. It gets real close to finding Spooky. But instead, a save might be the right call here for VP. Very unlikely they win this round. Doesn't seem worth the risk.
I'd like to see them get some exits here, though. Keep the pressure on the economy, right? Especially when you're 7-0 up. You know OG are always within touching distance of pistols. And so, considering VP can buy no matter what happens, getting exits can make a difference. Spooky has to leave the site. That's a guaranteed kill. And the rest should be able to get away with it back in the pit. So, better than nothing, but still OG on the board. It was about time. VP give them the room. And OG actually get to play the round, not disrupted by any opening moves. For a limited bit of util OG had, they used it very well as well there, flushing out the AWP, Moto smoke. And they are out of timeouts after this one. Icy looking eager. Doesn't want to reveal the AWP's position. Electronic was edging back towards CT, but going to stay on the A site. Gets taken. Icy could just walk a couple steps forward. Buzz looks like he's going to give him the chance. And after taking middle, despite VP not re-clearing it, they still go for the B gamble. They've got a great read of this situation. A tell, perhaps. Electronic still floating, but he'll be very quick to assist with flashes on this B bomb site, flits the early warning system.
He will have to scrap for this, though. There's no option not to fight the split. And he takes two of them down. Fiku eventually bests him, but it's quite the trade for Flit.
I know OG are trying to fake this out, right? They're trying to fake the mid-control back into a B hit, but they have not once cleared the car position properly with util, and they keep getting punished. Pushed back now with 25 seconds. If Flamus gets his kill, this round is over. Buzz looking to find the anchor. Where is this player? Checks the wrong side. Flamus drops in, looks for one more kill to sweeten the deal. Even with that frag, they're going to get the plant.
And with a chance now. Plant found, but no blocking util here. Feels very claustrophobic for Krizen, who's able to reposition a little within the site. Gonna try and take this early engagement, but Fiku beats him to it. That's a second player spotted. This is info for OG. Fame coming through the apartments has an important role to play, but a player tucked in the pit down beneath him. He goes searching for Krizen in the site, and now Fiku doesn't know where to look. Will be another successful retake pulled off, as they have to stop OG from battling their way back into that round.
VP just know how to win rounds with tight margins there, because it's so close. If Fame drops in and gets killed, Fiku can hide, but he's baiting him, he's running above him, making steps, making Fiku look up. Meanwhile, Icy gets an elevated angle and finds that headshot. Really nice team play there from VP to get a late retake on. And it was only as desperate as it was, because they find Flamus for free, or after only one. Flamus has had enough of playing late round. He goes early, forcing the kill onto Buzz and even getting out.
All right, Nico's on this AWP. Tries to leave a mark early with some all-in aggression up through Banana. There's been success found all across the map right now for OG. It's in this 3-on-2. They're going to try and slow it down. They don't want to let this get away from them, but it might end up happening. Electronic snipes Fiku out of the apartments and now retakes this control over top mid. This is awkward for OG. They slowed down, they gave a moment of pause, hoping to regroup in this 3v2 to avoid this exact situation. As they go back in a Banana, there's aggression from Fame. He'll be able to confirm whether or not they're coming this way. And Fame swings in early, lines them both up. VP unmatched.
And they're making risky plays as well. They're not afraid to throw themselves into fights in some of these rounds. The fact that Fame isn't even jiggling there, he's full committed. He's not playing info to play off electronic. He goes for the whole round. But these rifles are hitting hard for Virtus Pro. And this is starting to feel like a very disappointing game for OG.
For OG, it's just kind of a failure to launch on 4 of these players, right? Fiku's the only one kind of finding kills with any impact.
Oh my god. See ya.
He's been the guy roaming out through the apartments and in these A plays. 12 and 10 on Fiku, the only one with a comparable stat line to anyone on Virtus Pro. And he's just been knocked out of this Tech 9 round now. Crizin did make it past, but what can this give OG?
It's only a pistol, and there's not even anyone open for the taking right now. They start to consider alongside, and so Icy has the library. VP no spawns corrupted. They don't force any plays. They sit back 5v3 in good setups. And OG just getting their time wasted here.
And in stage 1, it felt like whenever you'd see OG call in these kind of slowdowns in the mid-round, eventually teams would get curious. They would give them a peek. But VP are not that type of squad, especially not in a 5v3 like this. They know all the pressure's on OG to make the move. They've got faith in the setup here over towards A. And this crossfire between Graveyard and Sight on Icy and Co is going to be brutal to get past. You're so tunnel visioned on the AWP, you never even think to check for electronic.
That's awkward. That's a full team flash for Crizin as well. So even though Icy got caught a little bit out of position, there was no way they could get the kill. Awkward flash. But that was already felt like a unwinnable round for OG. Icy's playing great right now. Nailing his shots. Going for opening gambits as well. 10-1. This game is flying by. Felt like OG have never been in it. Oh, flip. Okay, finally punished. Orbis is shot down middle as well. They're speeding up towards the B site. The AK sprays for one. Are you ready for another man here? Fame back site. Spooky jumps in. And OG might have caught the last train out of this T side.
4v2 in this post plant, low HP on 2 players.
Can't save here, Icy. It's the last round, bro. He was running away.
Yeah, he did start backing out, but last round, so they're going to throw themselves in for it. They get past Buzz in at Banana. Low HP on Nikodos and Spooky.
Don't lose this.
But it's Fiku with full health, 12 kills deep, that gives you some faith here. Good chunk of time ticked off this bomb already. And feeling too late for Virtus Pro to win this one out. They cross in, but this is desperate. Nothing being offered by OG. Defuse stuck, defuse denied. And OG pull up with 2 rounds on this T side. As to whether or not that's going to be enough to see them through the rest of Inferno, well, VP might have other ideas. Well, for fans of VP, this is a great day right now. They are dominating this opening game. It's not even close. For OG, it's been a bit of a failure to launch for 4 of these individuals. Spooky finally finding some impact in that final round of the half. A welcome addition in firepower, sure, but you can't help but feel like it's come far too late in this game. Only Fiku firing for OG, a squad that impressed us on their run through stage 1. With a rough opening, dealt their way in this VP matchup for stage 2.
Yeah, it again just does feel like the map for me is the big question mark of this game in a BO1, how OG ended up on Inferno's, a place they looked weak back in the previous stage when they had so much success on others. But this is what they came in today, ready to play, and VP have absolutely one-up them in every conceivable metric. 10-2 on the half, playing solid CS. Electronic came in, lights out to this game, 10-0, before he was finally felled. And Icy has also been a big piece of this CT side on the AWP. So can VP make this easy, or will they make a meal out of this second half? Flit snuck in. He knows he's beat the jiggle, he's beat the timing. There's still cover, but where's the kill? Nothing. He's anti-flash. Crimson late to the party. Still makes up for it. Blows out 2 birthday candles. Can he do any more? No. Bonplan going to be coming in for VP. And OG asked a difficult question.
Yeah, do they have the metal to stick the landing on this retake? Blocked right now is Nikados, but he's waiting for his teammates on the banana side.
Molly on the bomb, cheeky. There's no kit.
And Electronic is just waiting as long as he can, letting his teammates take the contact first. That's 2 players spotted in at the back of Dark. Nikados has to try and deal with them, but Electronic's got the cover. That Molly's come out. No, pulled Electronic! Knife to a gunfight, and he comes out smiling.
That's a statement right there. Didn't even need to do that. The Molly already won in the round, so he gets style points on top of a 10-round half. That's a great round for Electronic. Add it to the many. And Flip realized he hit some great timing there to sneak in past the jiggling CT. It's all just going well for VP right now. What I said coming into this game, right? As soon as you're ready to write VP off, they come through strong. Still higher mountains to climb, though, without a doubt for VP. The fashion in which they're playing right now is very reassuring to a team whose stock was low coming into the major.
Yeah, you know, and I think it's also like who you're getting performing right now. Fame looking really, really solid. Electronic there alongside him. They're the 2 riflers that have been having a lot of impact. Icy's AWP also some swings and misses in there, but definitely exerted a lot of control over that first half.
A lot of noise made at B, and this stack just rotates. OG had almost everyone at A. They now go back to this B bomb site while VP pull the wall over their eyes. A 1-2 setup here, but if Flamus comes out apps, it's going to be a big problem here for OG. And this is all a fake on the B bomb site, but they are biting down on it right now. Flick gets into
Dude, he keeps finding these little gaps. Even the knowledge that he's just crossed paths with a player in this smoke.
Oh,
Spooky's been whittled down, dead by 1,000 cuts, but he keeps living. Still, all that info, it confirmed at least. Flit able to relay that, yeah, I think it is this triple B stack. Snuck past 2 of them.
Yeah, and Flamus came out apps, which, as I was saying, if that happens, it's over because OG are double short. No eyes on that position. So it looks a bit silly on B for Flip, but none of that really matters. VP bomb plant finding 12 rounds, forcing Deagle saves. It's a bad day in the office for OG.
On the flip side, though, for a squad that form seems to change on an event to an event, maybe even a day-by-day basis, this is a promising initial showing for Virtus Pro.
Yeah, especially when in day one of a stage of a major like this, you get to play 2 BO1s, right? So if you win your first, you win it dominantly, you're feeling really good, you come in later and you do it again, boom, you've got 3 BO3s and you got to win 1. Even though we see a lot of teams do choke those 2-0 leads, it just puts you in such a potent position to make it to the next stage. And VP, so far, looking good for it. Almost a certainty that they will be taking this BO1.
And looking to get there very, very quickly. They're playing with a pace in this round, knowing there's not much to go up against. With the force coming out from OG, back-to-back forces at that, you know that you have every advantage. This is the easiest chance you're going to have, but one of many, so screw it, play a little looser. Flip farms in at the top of Banana. Once again, he's got the info, guys. It's another B stack, and so VP just pick up the pace with an A hit now.
Yeah, one guy in the site and it's Buzz with a single kill to his name. VP getting closer in the halls. And even though OG know that info goes both ways, they rotate as well. VP still have the advantage even into the stack. Smoke on the Moto side, VP moving in. Molly's not going to stop them, I can say that much, or Smoke rather, they just jump into the pit. Buzz gets a second kill. Maybe he can squeeze something out here, tucked in on the site. VP await him, they know he feels the pressure. Bomb planted, and VP about to walk it over the line.
Every reason to do so. Strong post plants, and now they know where the last man is. Spooky tapped out, and Virtus Pro not yet put to the test in stage 2. They open strong. It's no contest between them and OG. And that's after OG play through that first stage looking damn good. They end up on Inferno here, something you were questioning. And VP teach them a lesson they won't soon forget. That is a beating.
Absolutely, very reassuring look from the individuals of Virtus Pro, and we don't really get to talk about the T side because it's over so quick, but OG, a different gear in this car. Maybe the box fell out on the day off, because that is not the OG we've been come to expect here at the Major, and I certainly hope they pick it up for a BO1 later on, because otherwise they'll sit within moments from elimination. VP with the win.
An impressive start from Electronic and Virtus Pro in this one. This was a blinding opening game, mate. Even getting some knife play in there as well. This looked like the VP we've been looking to see for a while. Just feeling good?
Yeah, I mean, we've been practicing a lot for this tournament. So, yeah, we just wanted to show for ourselves that we're capable of to be a really good team, you know.
We've seen moments throughout this year where you guys can look like a good team, but obviously if we look at the last couple of events, it wasn't the VP we were expecting. So tell me about the preparation you had, the practice you had coming into this major to change things a bit.
I mean, we just changed some things, not that much, you know. We're just trying to be focused on our individual, you know, on our structure, what we're gonna do, how we're gonna do this, you know. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we did some progress, and I guess, and I hope we can show it in this tournament.
Obviously, you changed coach not too long ago. Finn comes in. Is this a lot of his opinions on what things you need to change, what you needed to work on?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, he's changed something in terms of our routines or something or stuff like that. You know, how we preparing probably. Yeah, something changed.
It's a positive change for you as well. It's nice to work with him, have a different coach in that sense.
Like every coach that I work with was on point, you know, they were good, everybody of them. Like, you know, I don't know, I couldn't say this, you know, that much.
Well, it's all working so well. A very good start here for VP. Let's see if it continues on that way.
Let me tell you something. Every time you begin to doubt Virtus Pro, they come back tenfold with more preparation, more individual firepower, and you're reminded that they do have 3 major winners on their team. This was a great display of what hopefully is to come for them at the rest of the major.
Yeah, and I think James nailed it. Is like, this is the Virtus Pro we expect to see. Like, when you look at the names on this roster, you expect to see them come in and dumpster teams from time to time. Like, there's these guys at Flit and Fame after winning the Rio Major was just like a revelation. It was just like, those guys were such strong riflers. Electronic coming in has had his own issues. Icy with the op looked great today. Yeah, and finally you had all the pieces really firing all cylinders.
Yeah, and it looked very good from that. We looked at some style points from Electronic at times as well. This is a man, right, where we know what he can do. It's just when he took over some of the leadership and he had these frustrations, you start to lose faith at some time.
I gotta say that the decision in the middle of the season to get Finn as their coach may have looked to a lot of people like it was just Electronic scapegoating yet another coach.
Yeah.
But in reality, Finn is a better coach. He is actually the coach that Gambit youngsters had when they were on the come up before Groove took over, where the individual form of Axile and Shiro was hardened to become the star players that they are today. So, I mean, I don't think it's a coincidence that you're seeing great form out of some of the players on VP right after Finn joins.
Yo, but what's going on with the Stage 1 buff? What's going on with that? It's been a staple of every major.
Well, Bait got it. Heroic didn't get it.
Yep.
Obviously, OG did not get it.
BetBoom's not currently getting it.
BetBoom's not getting it. So far, it's 1 for 4.
Yeah.
It's not looking good for the Stage 1 buff.
No, it's a terrible Stage 1 buff event so far.
So for now, it's just the Stage 1 teams learning that it's just a little bit more tough right now and getting slapped.
It's big dogs coming in. Welcome to the pros.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're being real, I mean, Stage 1 didn't exist last major.